Yes people, what's good? It's Cream Slice. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I'm feeling much better, and I wanted to bring a build to you guys today that's just absolutely flawless. It's a warlock build. Yeah, we are definitely going to be immortal. Glaives are a hot topic at the moment, and I've been working around trying to figure out a glaive build for the warlock, and we just put an absolute monster together. So before we get into the build, leave a like on the video and leave some feedback and let the algorithm gods do their thing, because I've not been on for quite a while. YouTube's not favouring me at the moment, so if you could do me a massive favour for me and the channel, if you kind of let the video play out to the end if you have some spare time. So this warlock build is absolutely amazing. We're gonna be invincible, and when I say unkillable, it's like having classy restoration back, guys, but with a glaive. And obviously we've got some new interactions with the glaives at the moment. We can dish some high DPS with the glaives. And what I didn't know when I was experimenting with a build, I don't know if you guys know, leave a comment down below. I might be wrong, I might not, but I'm sure melees work with Whisper of Rending, right? So there must be some kind of coding error in giving you that extra 40% damage increase with your melee. So I thought, let's put it on with the warlock in stasis and let's just go crazy. So we'll start from the subclass, work our way up, and I'll go over some of the weapons we're using to take it over the top as well, and we'll go over a few armor mods as well. So yeah, let's get it. It's pretty much standard with our aspects. I was using glacial harvest, so when we're freezing targets, we're creating stasis shards around our targets, which is going to feed into our ability loop of using our grenades to freeze everything all the time. And what you can do if you wanted, because I was running activities that had champions in it, I wanted to make sure that I could build this specific build around the glaive and debuffing enemies. So I was using the tractor cannon, which then negates me using a champion mod. So the good thing about Bleak watchers, you all probably already know, is that you can stun lock barrier champions. I was using this in higher tier content just to freeze the barrier champions, but it's up to you. You can probably use ice flare bolts if you want in the lower tier content, just so you can continue that loop. So we're starting off with Whisper of Chains. So like I said, guys, it's pretty much an immortal warlock build at this stage with the karnstien armlets. Basically every time we get a melee kill, it will refresh our HP at 50, and then it will give us a 30 HP continuous healing for roughly about 10 seconds, and you can constantly keep this going with any melee kills. On top of that, we have Whisper of Chains as well, giving us an extra 40% damage reduction when we're near frozen targets. On top of that, we have the extra 40% damage reduction with 100 resilience. So as you can already see, guys, we are just overloading on just damage resistance, and we can just pretty much tank anything in the game. It's seriously broken at this stage. Next fragment we're using is Whisper of Rending. So like I said, guys, I'm not 100% sure, but when I was doing some testing, I found out that this worked with melees. So just follow up and give me some feedback on that and let me know what you think, and if you've done some testing, I'd highly appreciate you leave that in the comments. Whisper of Durance, so our slow from our abilities last longer. And then we have Whisper of Conduction, so our stasis shards that we create through Bleak watchers or just freezing our targets will track to us. And then we have the artifact mod Passive Aggressive Guard, which I believe this gives us an extra 50% damage reduction while we have a glaive equipped. So when I'm telling you guys that this is probably one of the most tankiest builds I've ever used with the warlock, it's just like there's no bullshit there. It is so strong, and just the fact that we have a new perk with the glaives makes pretty much any glaive build that you thought of like 10 times better. The fact that we now have Passive Aggressive Guard and we have a glaive with the perk close to melee. This season brought us the new Judgment of Kelgorath, the glaive, and it is a solar glaive, and you can get this perk here which is close to melee. So when we get a projectile final blow, it will give us close to melee for 10 seconds. Basically what this does is it gives us a 30% increase with our glaive. When you think about any glaive build that you made yourself before this season, it just got 10 times better. So yeah, we're using Judgment of Kelgorath for that extra 30% damage increase with our melee, making it easy to take out champions. So we can stun lock champions with our bleak watchers. We can debuff them with tractor cannon, giving us an extra bit of damage there, plus Whisper of Rending if it works. So we can just pretty much take out anything in the game and we can melt it. Boss phases, in a lot of activities now you will see people running bubbles and glaives because they could be the meta in PvE, and not to mention that also when you hold your shield up, I'm sure it is a 90% damage reduction. With this build, it is mainly about a melee build and getting that damage increase with close to melee, so you're just going to be poking stuff really. And one thing to keynote for the glaive combo, if you don't know this, make sure when you are using your melee you hold the block button, which will then give you a really fast 1-2 combo instead of doing 3 slow strikes. This will enable you to pretty much melt enemies faster than you have ever melted them before. So we have glaive ammo finder on the helmet, we have legacy ambush. So with this season's glaive, it does come with the ambush perk already built into it, so when you are opening combat you get a damage increase. So if you throw on the artifact mod legacy ambush, this is going to further increase that damage for you. And then we've got a firepower mod on there as well. On the karnsteins we've got unstoppable grenade launcher and elemental charge. So with this build we can cover barrier champions and we can also cover overload champions with one of the artifact mods with stasis grenades. This enabling us to pretty much have a free roam with our heavy weapon and our primary weapon. But as you know, this season running double special is a really good idea because you end up getting more ammo and it's more efficient. So I was running a grenade launcher, the glaive and tractor cannon. On the chest there we have energy diffusion subtrait and elemental shards. So when we're freezing everything, we're getting creating elemental shards. They will then act as elemental wells that match our subclass with elemental charge. So then we have 2 stacks of charging light, and then we're just going to spend them with firepower mod just to get that extra boost into our grenade regen. The bond there we have Lord Kelvin's Basilisk, so this will enable us to stun overload champions with our grenades. And then we have passive aggressive guard. There will be a dim link also below. So I'm Cream Slice, peace.